Hello, my little munchkins, my little crones, and sunflowers. How are you on this fine Wednesday morning? Sorry, is it morning?
Yeah, it's still morning. It's
It's
11:51.
late morning. How are you? Baby Crone and I, we always video at night most of the time because of her being in school. So somehow we always plan, we're going to video early in the day, and it never work out because you know why? Because we conditioning to video. And if it's not night out, but we wanted to get this done. So anyway, there's one of my valuable viewers, and she's always asking me to read on the darndest things. And she always asks me to read on people I really don't know about. But being a blogger, I guess this is the way you learn. She takes no mercy. She takes no mercy on me. So it's like, well, that's what I want to hear. So nevertheless, she wants me to read on the Brat and Judy. She feels as though the Brat and Judy is something not right in their marriage.
Yes.
I said, what? Because, I kind of see what she's saying, but I took it to be an adjustment as they got the new baby, hormones with Brat. And, excuse me. Judy tends to be a little bit more flirty, or she does things to get under the Brat's skin. But overall, I kind of sort of do feel sort of a disconnect. And because of that, I'm not saying their marriage is in trouble. I'm not saying anything, but I am saying I do see it. So when she said it, I said, okay, I always say, tell me who you want me to read about, and I'll read about it. So I'm going to read on the Brat and Judy. As I said, everything I say is allegedly. Please put a picture of the Brat and Judy.
Okay.
And their baby. And this is the Brat's first baby. So she's going through a whole lot of wonderful, wonderful things. A lot of wonderful things. I mean, a lot of wonderful things with your body, a lot of wonderful things with just being a mom for the first time and at her age. So this is baby. It came out twice. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to lay that in the middle because I said if it falls out again,
Yes.
then it's telling me, because it fell out earlier.
Yes, it did.
And I said, okay, if it falls out again, as any reader, if it falls out again, it fell out again. And I'm like, okay, so this has something to do with baby talking. So I asked that you just tell me about the Brat and Judy, just enough. We don't like to draw blood. We just like to just go in and just do what we can. We just do a little exploratory. We don't want to draw blood. That is not my intentions when I read. I'm kind of gentle, and but I can be if I'm feeling away. Like if I'm feeling away, it's based on my temperament, how I feel towards something. And right now, I feel that there is something, and the reason why it might be changing, it has something to do with the baby, okay? Now, like I said, everything I said is allegedly, but whatever I say, I don't think it's going to be anything that bad because I just think they are a wonderful couple. I just think that Judy could be a little bit more too flirty for my taste, and that's it. And they just a nice couple, I like them. So here we go. Bottom card is the whip. Okay. So let's go laying out. We have roses right next to the baby. Right over top of roses, we do have a storm. We have clouds. Right over top of the baby. Oh, I see it. Right over top of the baby, we have the sun. Right in the next corner to my right upper heaven, we have a baby crone. Is this the garden?
Yes, that's the garden.
Okay, because I keep calling the garden the maze, and baby crone, she helps me with that. That is the garden. Okay, right next to the baby, we'll have baby crone. I've done this so wrong. that I'm going to leave it this way because I'm going to do something a little different. Right next to this, we have the, what is it? Don't tell me, the magnifying glass. Now, before I read any further, you all know that when I read, I always pick the cards.
Mm-hmm.
But because of this baby throughout, like just it took me off what I was supposed to do. And I got so elated to see. So before I go on with my reading, I want to take a pause because I'm getting ready to do something totally different, okay? So what I see with the baby, because it came back to me, you know how you doing something and all of a sudden you just look and say, what am I doing? I'm not doing tarot. What do I do? You know?
Mm-hmm.
But because it was like that, I'm going to own it. You follow me? So what I see here, I see roses. I see the sun. I think the sun and the moon rises in this baby. However, the roses mean a lot. They're red roses. Roses is for love, relationships. It's for, roses is for, what else? Roses is for relationships. It's when you could just look it up. You don't have to strain a brain. Excuse me. But it's for relationships. And when you give roses, it's like something you give at Valentine's Time, the sweetheart. You take and give you give red roses to someone you love dearly. Go ahead.
Yes. So roses, of course, they had to be extra here, but the different varieties.
Yes. Because you have yellow roses representing friendship, new beginnings. Go ahead. Because I love roses. And I used to always say, give me roses. And then someone said, do you know what the different color of roses mean? And I didn't. This is many years ago. And I was like, oh, so now I'm
we have
a rose kind of wannabe connoisseur. Go ahead.
I feel you. Red means true love. Blue means mystery. Of course, white is purity. Black is death. Yellow, friendship. Passion is orange. And different meanings of roses.
Thank you so much for that, baby Crone. We really, really appreciate it. So anyway, we see nothing but love. But over top of it, on an angle, I see clouds. However, these clouds, I don't know. Let me show them to you. So you see the sun is coming out, right? So, but we see storm, we see, oh my goodness, we also, I don't have my glasses, we also see lightning struck something very, very clever, very clever. So we see a storm, and a storm that was passing, but a storm that struck something, that lightning struck. So that lets me think that someone did something that was over the top. You understand? Or said something, did something that was a struck of lightning, and it put a ding in their relationship. Let's go on. And it's not to kill it, but the best way I can deal with marriages is like this. Either you trust or you don't. And sometimes the moment someone does something and put a shadow of doubt, it taints the love. Just and too many of those things can try to ruin love. However, at the beginning of this, I also see that there are birds. So there are people talking. So there are people in their relationship who has opinions. And also, it's not an end all because I see the sun. So whatever it is, there is most definitely hope, but it's something that went on, and it could be in the past, and it lingers. As it fades away, it still comes up as a problem. Okay, now over top of the baby, what I see is the sun. Meaning, like I said, the moon and the sun, this baby is loved, and more loved, and loved, and loved, and loved. And here we see the garden. So this garden let me know not only is this baby loved, it's loved by family, it's loved by friends. It's just a beloved baby, like somebody had a baby, let me do something milder. Like somebody who you never thought that would ever have any babies, and all of a sudden they pregnant, and everybody is just so elated. And the baby is special because this was never supposed to be. Well, that's how I see it. So there are people in the garden that love this baby too. Now, on the opposite side of the baby, coming down this way on an angle, which would be rightfully so if you're going this way. So I see the magnifying glass. So could it be someone that's looking for something, trying to find fault, or maybe you're not mothering right, or maybe you too mothery, or maybe the way one mothers could be looked at, scrutinized, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to start. I'm going to do every 3 cards. How about one? Okay, 1, 2, 3, and the 4th card. 1, 2, 3, and the 4th card. 1, 2, 3, and the 4th card. Okay. So we got our 4 cards, and now we have 1, 2, and 3, and we have this is the I don't use these cards often, but what is this? Is this the stair? I can't remember what this is.
I want to say the crossroad.
The number 1, is this the crossroad?
Yeah, it's like 2 stairs separated.
Yeah, it's the crossroad. Yep, it's the crossroad. I told you. Okay, I can't use this, so I have to use the card next to it. I can't use that either. What have you done to me? What have you done to me? Okay, so anyway, on the bottom of this, we see a whip. So we know whatever it is, the bottom line, this is something that's bitter. Something that, like I said, it pops up or something. Now, this is also say, I see here, this is the compass. So this lets me know this is a compass, and that lets me know if a compass show up, why would a compass show up? Unless you're losing your navigation, unless your navigation is off. Also here, I see fish. Fish lets me know it's bountiful money. It's definitely lucrative. It's getting and catching and receiving and giving. So I definitely see lucrative in money. Also, again, under the baby. So going diagonal with the garden. See, diagonal, baby. Things are great. This is great. So I'm going to say, starting from the fish, because, I see more than one, and the roses, I'm going to say the Brat. Why? Because she's the one that's gave the birth. So she's the one, they both are mothers, but she's the one that gave birth. So I'm going to say the fish going up this way is the Brat, and anything coming this way is Judy. Just to balance it out, to make it more fair. Is that okay?
Yes.
So therefore, if this is her, then this side belongs to Judy and this side belongs to the Brat. Okay? Mm-hmm. So we're going to look at how they intertwine with one another. So here we see baby in the middle, right? But here we see this is our present. So this is our recent past. So this could have been something that happened yesterday, 2 days ago, last week, or last month, right? So we see things were good. Things was in a rosy, but then something must have happened to confuse that, because if you see a magnifying glass. So what made things whole and make Judy look at it? The only thing that keeps coming to my mind is maybe parenting skills.
Okay.
The way one made parenting. Now, coming down on the side, on the neutral coming from the left, so we see on this side of the card, that would be the Brat. She probably don't like it. She probably say, I like to do it because if you look at it from my angle, this side is dark, this side is light. Now, maybe Judy may have more experiences. Maybe. I don't know. I'm speculating. And it may have nothing to do with the baby at all, but it has to do with something. Okay, so I'm giving it something. So on this side, even though everything is sweet, maybe the Brat want to do it her way. Maybe the Brat is like, this is my baby, you do you, I do me. It could be a little discrepancy. Two moms, I'm not saying it is, as we go a little deeper. So now when I come down, I see this is love. This is so much love. So when I come down, when I come in the middle, again, I see time. So what do you make out when you have time and a compass? What do you make out of that?
Too much time exploring.
Okay. Or you're right. Looking in. Don't spend so much time on worrying about what I do. You're right. Don't spend your time trying to find what I do, looking at me with a fine glass. Just chill. That could be it. And next to that, it's on the side of Judy, it's the storm also saying it's a burden. It could be a burden if somebody is doing something and it's aggravating or it's annoying and the person not thinking, it can become a burden and it can become burdensome. However, when I see it on both sides, I'm looking at this as I don't think that Judy takes, how can I say it? I don't think that the Brat take Judy seriously all the time.
Okay.
If that's right. The Brat, I think the Brat don't always take her seriously or listen to what she has to say all the time. And that could be a problem for Judy because that puts her in a position, I can't tell you nothing. You're going to do what you want to do.
Sure.
But then when things go awry, then you come to me. So that could be a burden. And it could be that for the Brat, it could be, I want to do it on my own. This is the first time I make mistakes. I get down. It's all love. Let me do it my way, right? Like I said, I'm saying it's the child, but it may not be the child at all. It could be anything. But this is what I'm picking up. This is the energy that I'm picking up. This card right here will prove it. Yes. Why would it have to be Stork? See? Stork deals with what? In legendary terms, babies, children, bringing something. Could it be that they want another baby and it's no? I doubt that, but that could be. But I doubt it. But I'm just throwing out things. But at the end of the day, I just think it has to deal with the baby. And I have to think it has to deal with maybe how one parented, or I'm just going to say it. Or it could just be that the Brat spends so much time with the baby that she doesn't have the time for Judy. And that could be the disconnect. Because as Judy knows, children change the dynamics of things, right? Mm-hmm. So, but overall, I truly think that this is an adjustment period. Do I think their marriage is in trauma? No. A little drama, but no trauma. I don't see that. I don't see it at all. The only card is the burden, because it could be a burden. You tell somebody they don't want to hear what you guys say. They want to do it their way. And then, you talk to them. That could be a burdensome, but not enough to say it's over. I do not see it. However, it could be. But I don't see that. I see it that if anything, whatever is going on, it is surrounding the baby. Is that okay to say?
Yes.
It's surrounding the baby. Too much love, overly loved, whatever. It's the baby. And I can only imagine. But nevertheless, that's all I'm picking up. You could take it as it resonates. That's all I have. Thank you for joining me with this read. Thank you, Miss Queen. I really appreciate it. This was another challenge that you gave me. Keep them coming. I'm ready. Sunflowers.